last year, Polar alone, 32,000 people came from Polar Express in less than 6 days.
Also, facing forward and to the right of the train, you will see Juanita's Tortilla Factory, home of the famous Juanita's Tortilla Chips. If you are a fan of tortilla chips, you sure should try Juanita's. They are excellent, and you can purchase those at practically any local convenience store or grocery department.
That's not good for cherries. Because if it rains and the sun comes out, they split.
And then
So they
facing
turn those
forward
fans
and
on
to the
to
left
get
of the
water
train
off the cherries.
are the Hood River Mountains, or the
Cherry
East
farmers
Hills
work
as they are known
with-
locally.
they get one
And they
big
make
crop
up
every
the east
5
wall
years.
of the Hood River Valley, and they are part of a major fault line running north and south called the Ring of Fire. And they also show the difference in rainfall from the rainy west side to the much drier east side of the
They
valley.
also shoot air cannons so that because the birds
That's a
come, they
tortilla
can't
chip
hit
The
plant.
the
Columbia
birds.
River Gorge is truly a special environment. Humans have lived in this area for at least 10,000 years. An incredible series of floods called the Missoula flood swept through this region during the ice ages, leaving much evidence of their passing. In 1985, the Congress of the United States recognized the outstanding natural beauty, geology, and history of the Columbia River Gorge by making it the nation's very first national scenic area. And with the aid of local conservationist Nancy Russell, President Ronald Reagan signed that great piece of environmental
I can hear
legislation.
it coming from Park. I can hear it's a hum, so then I know because I'm a light. And then it comes down through because it's always fully parked out. By the time it gets You guys see it? Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah, it was.
Great.
Look at the dog. Looks like he's howling at the train.
forested area. Few roads were built, so logs were floated down streams and rivers, or short line railroads were built to transport these logs to the mills. David Eccles built his Oregon Lumber Company into a big business with mills in eastern Oregon and Washington. He surprised Hood River residents by buying the new and very large Lost Lake Lumber Company mill, which was built near the mouth of the Hood River. David Eccles planned to build a dam and mill pond in the Hood River to allow the logs to be floated from up here down to the mill in Hood River. But the local businessmen shunned him because of his religion and prevented him from building the dam by leasing the land for the dam site first. David Eccles then proposed building a railroad to reach this timber, and he originally wanted to follow the Hood River, but the local orchardists asked that he chose a route that would allow them to ship their crops by rail. And the route we are traveling today was the result, taking us through many orchard areas rather than the shorter, more direct and less costly route to Dee along the Hood River. And as soon as the rail line was completed, Mr. Eccles shocked Hood River businessmen again by tearing down the Lost Lake Lumber Company mill and moving it here. On the flat beside the river, he reassembled the big mill and built a company town. The town of Dee, which was named after one of his partners, had a 2-story hotel, a company store, offices, a beer hall, a fruit packing plant, and more than 20 steam-heated houses. A covered bridge across the river connected residents living on either shore, and a handsome train depot built by the Oregon Lumber Company in 1906 stood on the south side of the tracks. In the late 1950s, this town of Dee was dismantled. Welcome to Dee. And since we could only get to Dee by rail, Dee was listed in Ripley's Believe It or Not as the only town in the United States with a main street that was a dead end. Mount Hood is forward and to the right of the train. And also looking forward and to the right of the train is a road leading up the hill on the other side of the Hood River. And that road goes to Lost Lake, which some of you may have visited, and many more of you have probably seen photos of Lost Lake. Countless calendars, books, and brochures carried the pictures of the beautiful timber-surrounded lake and magnificent Mount Hood towers above, reflecting in its blue water. And if you look through the loose change in your pockets and purses, you may find Oregon's 2010 quarter. When they had hacked through the thick underbrush to the lake site, they found that the lake was not where it was supposed to be. And one of the men cracked a joke saying, "Hey, we are not lost. This lake is lost." And the name stuck, Lost Lake. The mill here at Dee went through several owners and transformations during its life. Fire, which is always a hazard in this area, damaged or destroyed the mill several times, but another mill was always built. At last, Dee became the site of a hardboard plant, and that's where wood chips and resins are combined to make building materials. A New Zealand company purchased this plant in 1987, and in 1996, tragedy struck again when a huge fire destroyed the Dee Forest Products mill. This fire was so hot that firefighters could not fight it, but could only stand by for 3 days until it burned itself out. The New Zealand company did not rebuild, and many area residents, some who had worked at the mill for decades, were forced to find new jobs. But there are now talks of putting a 3,000-seat amphitheater for a matching grant of $700,000 from the Oregon Department of Transportation via the state's transportation fund, Connect Oregon 2. And with the assistance of the Connect Oregon 2 grant, Mount Hood Railroad has been able to finalize this hillside repair work.
We just crossed the river.
Welcome to Trout Creek Station. To the left of the train, you will see tree-loving conifers such as Doug fir, cedar, and a hemlock. and there is a dense underbrush. The rainfall to the east is much less. The forests are more open and largely made up of ponderosa pine and oak. The forests we have been passing through are called transitional, and in the transitional forest we have been able to see trees from both the east and west kinds of forests growing together. And also, to the right of the train, you will see a blueberry patch.
I would have thought it'd be too cold. There it is.
So very few peach orchards up here. It's mostly like further eastbound, but they do McAlexander's has an orchard and they carry one up there. So it's just you gotta carry it. You
Well,
have to
I
watch
mean,
a little
we're
closer.
from Louisiana. There's a lot of beaches around there, but I mean, every season or two they have trouble with freezing in March. That, you know, they bud and then it freezes after they bud.
See, and that's what all these fans and these smudge pots are for. It's because these guys diligent right now. That's why they're still out there. Because they get frost. My birthday one time, it snowed. And that's the thing. Just one little thing goes wrong. So you say Mount Rainier. It's funny because my friend used to be, he retired, he's an engineer, and we went to Mount Rainier, and we're Mount Rainier Scenic Railroad. So then it was, we went,
1907, there were several reports of unusual columns of steam rising from the summit, and it has been determined since then that Mount Hood is a dormant volcano. Geologists feel that there is a little chance of eruption with molten lava flowing down the mountainside to cool. But it should blow its top. Geologists feel it would be similar to the eruption of Mount Mazama. And when Mount Mazama erupted, it created Crater Lake Oregon. That is the deepest lake in the United States at 1,932 feet deep. Go check out Crater Lake.
well, see, we say he takes his cloud cap off because he's the cloud.
That's what we say too. Oh well, it is what it is. Yeah.
It was supposed to be.
That's what you saw. So.
Well, that's a good thing about digital.
Yeah.
You back out of it, don't you?
That's why you take like 1,000 pictures when you used to take 25 or 30 on a trip.
Yep.
Take the same thing 5 times and one of them turns out your
And
hand.
hopefully you get the perfect
Yeah.
one.
Yep. Kind of like what?
Because you're coming downhill.
I heard
It's
that.
always a better view coming downhill.
I don't think it's ever done
It's really pretty.
I know, it's just taking forever. I finally got to where it's the bargaining agreement, but I can't get them, I can't pull it up. So.
Where are you pulling your Wi-Fi from? Oh, you got one of those little jobbies?
Yeah, I got them.
Do you have to pay for that as a separate thing for your...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a hotspot and
Yeah. I've seen those advertised.
it's nice. I mean, because I don't need it at home and like we don't need it at the, where we're staying. But when we do travel or
Yeah. Well, it might work better than the one where you're staying. Every once in a while, that one over there seems to bog down.
Oh, really?
okay, because I haven't had any
It may
issues.
just be where we're at.
Yeah, well, you know, because we're right on the, probably about the 9th hole.
Where are you?
It's in Augusta section.
Okay, you're in that. We're down by the pool.